Hello, here with Madison. We're going to be, she smells those goodies. We're going to be working on focus today. Focus is a really, really excellent command as long as it's practiced consistently. When you have situations where perhaps there's a big distraction, or you notice that maybe Madison's getting fixated on a toy or another dog, with enough consistency in practicing this command, it will be easy for you to ask her to look at you, to focus on you instead of another object or a person for her to be looking at. So in the beginnings, we want to make sure that we're starting this command with minimal distractions. So basically, we just want to work on the command itself without having a toy or food temptations or anything around. So she understands the command completely. If we just had her in a situation where there were other dogs around and we were asking her to focus, more than likely she won't, because there's so much stuff going on, and the reward of me either giving her a treat or affection is not high enough for her to ignore the dogs and pay attention to me. So in the very beginnings, we want to make sure we have limited distractions, controlled setting. So we're inside in the air conditioning. She's loving it in here. So am I. And when we do ask her to focus on us, we're going to make sure that we pinpoint a specific action that we want to reward. So, for example, you say, Madison, focus, and you can bring your hands up to your face. I tend to snap a lot. It's just a habit that I have, but it also helps get the dog's attention. So, you know, all the time we're saying the dog's name, Maddison, Maddison, Maddison. The dog knows, but if we have a specific command for a specific action, she'll be more inclined to remember, hey, oh, focus, okay, look at mom real fast and see what's going on here. So when I ask her to focus, as soon as she makes eye contact with me, so when I say, Maddison, focus, I'm going to snap my fingers and bring my hand up to my face. And the reason for doing this is I want her to look at me in the eyes. When you have a dog that either gets, let's say they're waiting for food or something, and they're waiting nicely, and they stare at the food, and you tell them, okay, go eat your food now, without them checking in with you first. So they're just staring at the food, and all of a sudden they hear, okay, take it, or you can eat it now, or something. All they know is that if I stare at the food hard enough, I'll be able to eat it. But we want to make sure that our dogs are always looking at the masters and handlers to check in with us, to make sure that, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. I have to make sure I watch mom, especially when we're walking, because she has me do this and that. So we want to make sure that the dogs are always looking at us, and they always make eye contact with us prior to them getting anything. Even if it's something like, you know, waiting to go outside. We don't want them to get all excited when they're at the door and then just open it for them. We want to make sure that they, hey, you know, look at mom first. Make sure that, you know, you give them the command, sit, wait, stay, whatever you'd like to do, but they need to look at you and check in with you first before you give them the opportunity to go outside or eat food or say hi to someone. So we're going to start right now. Oops, man down. All right, come on, Maddie. Good girl. Okay, so I have the food in my hand, and she knows that there's food in there, and she's very interested in it. She's watching it go all around, but I want to make sure that when I ask her to focus, again, I tend to snap, but you don't have to, and she really wants the food. But I tend to snap, you don't have to. I want to make sure that I make a motion to bring my hands to my face. You can use your fist, you can use one finger, you can use two fingers. You can say, watch me, or look, if you don't like saying focus. Whatever you would like to do, just let us know. We'll try to be consistent with that in her future trainings. But yeah, do whatever you want with it. Call it whatever you want. Just let us know. We'll be more than happy to continue doing that. All right, so as you can see, you know, she's ready to go. She notices the food and stuff over here. Get on the camera. There you go. Ready, focus? Yes, good focus. Good. herself. So I ask her to focus, bring my hand up to my face. She'll be following my hand, looking at me in my eyes. As soon as she makes eye contact with me, I'm going to mark that point in time. So by marking it, I'm going to tell her yes or good. So if you ever heard of clicker training, this is basically the same thing without the clicker. And as soon as the dog does something that we want them to continue doing, you teach her how to sit. As soon as she sits her little butt on the ground, yes, or good sit, yes. So we want to be able to let them know that, hey, this is what I want you to do. When I ask you to focus, look in my eyes, you're going to get a nice compliment. Yes, the owner or the handler is going to get excited, and also they're going to give her a treat. Maddie, good girl. Sit. Focus. Yes. Good focus. Okay, so I'm going to walk her around just for a little bit here. Get my stuff. Good girl. She really loves these treats that you have for her. Yes. Yep. Focus. Yes. Good focus. Focus. Yes. Good girl. Good focus. Good focus, Maddie. Good focus. Good girl. Good focus. Yep. Good. Focus. Yes. Good. Good girl. Good focus. Good focus. Good girl. Okay. Doing a really good job. Again, we want to make sure that there's limited distractions at this point in time. I want to make sure that it's only me and her in here, and nothing to really bother her, or no crazy smells that she's not used to. So I want to go over the command over and over again, making sure that she understands it before we introduce her to anything new. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Good focus. Good focus. Good girl. Focus? Yes. Good focus. Good focus. Good girl. Good focus, Maddie. Very good. But when we're starting this at home, do it when, you don't have to do it consistently throughout the entire day. But if you set aside maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes or something in the mornings and or evenings, working on commands, stuff like this with the focus, starting it off in the house in a comfortable environment for her. Perhaps, if someone comes over or something, that might be a little bit too much excitement for her to focus at this point in time, but start with the limited distractions in the house. Work on the command. Should be automatic to the point where you don't have to have your fingers go up to your face any longer, and you ask her to focus and she makes eye contact with you. And slowly introduce her to new things while you're working with her on this command, such as, simple going out into the backyard, and then all of a sudden she has all these smells and sounds, but she doesn't have any direct interaction with anything. So at that point in time, that would be a good time to practice the focus command, and slowly working up to using it while you're on a walk in a zone where maybe there's not a lot of distractions, slowly building up to certain points where you can actually take her out into, environments where there's a lot of people and animals. You take her into Petco where there's a lot of smells and sounds, and then when you feel comfortable and you know that she'll be responding well, then you can start to use that focus command in situations where it may be either a lot of energy, or maybe she may be nervous about a certain situation or a person or dog or something. Now she's really enjoying the air conditioning in here. Yes, you are. But this has been Nicole and Madison doing a brief overview of focus. Of course, if you'd like to call it anything else, just let us know. We'll be more than happy to continue that. But she did a very good job. She's a sweetie. Yes, you are. But we'll see you guys later. Bye. Maddie.